Success is not the absence of obstacles, but the courage to push through them. The law of effort. Success isn't a gift, it's a garden. Work the soil, or you'll have no harvest. Let's talk about effort. Not the kind of effort that's a fleeting burst of energy, but the steady, deliberate, day in day out work that turns dreams into realities. Success isn't something that arrives on your doorstep, wrapped in a bow. It's not a gift handed to you by luck or chance. It's a garden. And like any garden, it demands that you work the soil, plant the seeds, water them, pull the weeds, and protect the crop from pests. If you don't do the work, you don't get the harvest. That's the law of effort, and it's as unyielding as gravity. Imagine a young woman named Clara. She wants to start her own bakery. She's got a vision of warm, golden loaves coming out of the oven, customers lining up, and the smell of fresh bread filling the air. But Clara doesn't just sit there dreaming. She wakes up at 4 a.m. to practice her recipes. She studies the science of dough, learns about flour types, and experiments with sourdough starters. She saves every penny she can, researches suppliers, and spends evenings sketching out her shop's layout. When her first batch of bread burns, she doesn't quit. She adjusts the oven, tries again, and keeps going. Clara understands that her dream is a garden, and she's working the soil every single day. Now, contrast that with someone like Tom. Tom wants to be a musician. He's got talent, a decent voice, and a knack for writing catchy melodies. But Tom thinks talent is enough. He strums his guitar now and then, posts a video online occasionally, and waits for a big break. He doesn't study music theory, doesn't practice scales, and doesn't seek feedback to improve his craft. When opportunities come, he's unprepared. Tom's waiting for success to be gifted to him, but his garden is overgrown with weeds because he hasn't touched the soil. The law of effort doesn't care about your talent, your intentions, or your potential. It only responds to what you do. You can have the best seeds in the world, but if you don't plant them, nurture them, and protect them, they'll never grow. Effort is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's not glamorous. It's not always fun. But it's the only way to build something that lasts. Let's break this down. Effort starts with clarity. You have to know what you're working toward. If you don't have a clear goal, your effort is like scattering seeds on concrete. They won't take root. Take time to define your garden. What does success look like for you? Is it financial independence? A thriving business? A healthy body? A strong family? Write it down. Make it specific. Clara knew she wanted a bakery with a loyal customer base. That clarity guided her effort. Without it, she'd be baking aimlessly, wasting time and resources. Once you have clarity, effort demands discipline. Discipline is showing up when you don't feel like it. It's choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. Imagine a man named Raj who wants to get fit. Raj doesn't just join a gym and hope for the best. He sets a schedule. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, he's lifting weights. He plans his meals, tracks his protein, and says no to late-night snacks. When it's raining and he's tired, Raj still laces up his shoes and goes. That's discipline. It's not about motivation, which comes and goes. It's about building habits that carry you through when the excitement fades. Discipline also means saying no to distractions. Your time is the soil of your garden, and distractions are weeds that choke out your progress. If you're spending hours scrolling on your phone, binge watching shows, or chasing every shiny new idea, you're not tending your garden. Protect your time like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Clara could have spent her evenings socializing or relaxing, but she chose to study recipes and plan her business. Raj could have hit snooze, but he chose the gym. Every time you say no to a distraction, you're saying yes to your future. Effort also requires learning. No one starts out knowing everything. The best gardeners study their craft. They learn about soil pH, watering schedules, and pest control. In the same way, you need to study the skills that will grow your garden. If you want to start a business, learn about marketing, cash flow, and customer service. If you want to write a book, study storytelling, grammar, and pacing. Don't be afraid to fail while you learn. Failure is just feedback. Clara's burnt bread wasn't a defeat, it was a lesson. Every mistake is a chance to get better, but only if you're willing to analyze it and keep going. Now, let's talk about consistency. Effort isn't a one-time thing. You can't plant a seed today and expect a harvest tomorrow. Gardens take time. You water, you weed, you wait. The same is true for success. Small, consistent actions compound over time. Imagine a woman named Lila who wants to learn a new language. She doesn't try to cram it all in one weekend. Instead, she studies 20 minutes a day, every day. She practices vocabulary, listens to podcasts, and speaks with a language partner. After a year, Lila's fluent. Her garden grew because she showed up daily, even when progress felt slow. Consistency turns effort into results. But effort isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart. You can dig all day, but if you're digging in the wrong spot, you're wasting energy. Be strategic. Prioritize what matters most. If Clara spent all her time perfecting her bread but ignored her business plan, she'd have great loaves but no customers. If Raj focused only on lifting weights but ate junk food, his fitness goals would stall. Ask yourself, what actions will give me the biggest return? Focus your effort there. Eliminate what doesn't serve your goal. Work smarter, not just harder. Another key to effort is resilience. Gardens face storms, pests, and droughts. Your journey will too. You'll hit setbacks, rejections, failures, doubts. The law of effort says you keep going. When Clara's first loan application was denied, she didn't give up. She revised her business plan, found a new lender, and tried again. When Raj plateaued in his workouts, he hired a coach to adjust his routine. Resilience is refusing to let obstacles define your outcome. It's standing up one more time than you fall. Let's address the temptation to compare your garden to someone else's. You see their blooming flowers and think they've got it easy. But you don't see the years they spent working the soil. Comparison steals your focus. Clara didn't worry about the bakery down the street. She focused on her recipes, her customers, her vision. Your garden is yours. Tend it with care, and it will grow in its own time. The only comparison that matters is who you are today versus who you were yesterday. Effort also means taking responsibility. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to plant your garden for you. If you want a harvest, you have to do the work. Blaming circumstances, your boss, your finances, your past, won't grow anything. Tom, the musician, could blame his lack of success on a tough industry or bad luck. But the truth is, he didn't put in the effort. Own your results. If your garden's bare, look at your actions. If it's thriving, give yourself credit for the work you've done. As you work, celebrate small wins. Gardens don't bloom overnight, but every sprout is progress. When Lila learned her first full sentence in her new language, she celebrated. When Raj lifted a heavier weight, he noted it. These milestones keep you motivated. They remind you that effort is working, even when the full harvest isn't here yet. Track your progress. Write down what you've accomplished. It's fuel for the journey. Finally, understand that effort is a choice. You don't have to build a garden. You can coast, take the easy path, and live a life of good enough. But if you want more, if you want a life of meaning, impact, and fulfillment, you have to choose effort. It's not comfortable. It's not always fun. But it's worth it. Every time you show up, you're planting a seed. Every time you push through, you're watering it. Every time you learn, you're pulling a weed. And one day, you'll look out at a garden full of everything you've worked for. So, what's your garden? What's the life you want to build? Whatever it is, start today. Clarify your goal. Build discipline. Learn your craft. Stay consistent. Be resilient. Work smart. Take responsibility. Celebrate the small wins. Choose effort, not because it's easy, but because it's the only way to create something extraordinary. The law of effort is simple. Work the soil, or you'll have no harvest. Get to work. Your garden's waiting.